Look at that. What you're seeing is Olson Solar Energy working in the sun to make the sun work for you. What you can't see are the lower or no energy bills, selling extra energy back to your electric company, and the increase in property value without an increase in property taxes. The sun works for homes and businesses. The only thing you need is Olson Solar working in the sun to make the sun work for you. Now booking installations for 2023. Call Olson Solar Energy today.
Dan Kelly won't keep our community safe. As a lawyer, Kelly defended child sex predators who posed as ministers in order to prey on vulnerable young girls. They lured young children to locations they believed to be safe, only to sexually assault and molest them. And Dan Kelly defended those monsters. Do you want someone like that on the Supreme Court? Dan Kelly, an extremist who doesn't care about us.
Straight ahead, firefighters do more than just fight fire. We'll learn how a local department overcomes heavy snowfall.
Plus, a garage collapse in Wisconsin. We'll hear why heavy snow could have been a factor.
And a Crandon squad car has a new look thanks to some student artists. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
News Watch 12 with Dan Hagan, Jessica Jukic, and Jeff Weller.
Good evening and welcome to News Watch 12 at 5. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukic. Just a few days ago, there were some bare spots sticking out from patches of snow. Now everything is blanketed in white.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now in their studio. Jeff, it has been a whiteout for a while in northern Wisconsin.
Yeah, hey guys, the system snow is pulling away, and we did this today and last night. Over a foot of snow in some locations. Generally, though, this system underperformed across parts of the area. But here's a foot of snow for all of us, basically, and we're still digging out from that, of course. Out there now in Rhinelander, we're looking at snow on the ground. You can see right downtown, the drifts are large. The piles of snow are very large as well. So with temperatures dropping well below zero tonight, this stuff's not going to melt anytime soon for us. And we have a bit more snow in the forecast for us for Saturday and then again for Monday. Out there now, so the system snow is kind of pulling away this way. There will be some lake effect snow kicking in tonight, basically along and north of the UP border, though. If you're heading up that direction on Tenagin, go Gibbet Grange, Houghton, they could see a 3 to 5 inch snowfall there. The rest of us, though, not so much. Just some flurries out there tonight. A beautiful day for us tomorrow, followed by some light snow getting in here on Saturday, just an inch or two. And then this will be the main event again, coming in here on Monday into Tuesday. All right, temperatures, though. That's the big story now tonight. Highs today in the teens, but over here, we're going below zero tonight. Generally low temperatures down near 5 below. So our forecast then tonight, though, is changing from snow over to cold with low temperatures down here 2 below. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan, Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. The winter storm that we've been experiencing over the past 2 days brought more than 10 inches of snow to Rhinelander.
This slows everyone down, which is not a good thing in the case of an emergency. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pozorski joins us with more on how firefighters want you to do your part so they can respond safely. Kyle?
Well, that's right, Dan and Jessica. Today I spoke with an area fire chief who says that there are a few things you can do to help them so they can do their job.
We kind of have to be prepared for all situations.
When it comes to winter storms, local fire departments have a lot more to handle than you may think.
We'll go through our backup equipment. We will coordinate with our membership, make sure we have, if we have to open up emergency shelters, that we have supplies on hand.
Brian Garrick has been with the Pine Lake Fire Department for over 40 years. He says in order to do their duty to keep everyone safe, homeowners need to do their part if the worst of situations were to happen.
Make sure your site addresses are clear so that we can see them.
He says something as simple as that can make a big difference. If not,
a lot of times the snow will fly up and cover those numbers. If we can't see them, it's, creates a very difficult situation for us to try to locate if it's like a medical emergency.
And in many cases, when the snow begins to build up, Garrick says keeping other vital home systems in check will save a lot of headache and a visit from the fire department.
Make sure with a lot of the new style furnaces that your vents are uncovered, so that they don't, back up and create carbon monoxide in the house.
Garrick went on to tell me that reminding homeowners of these points can be the difference between life and death, and that knowing how to be prepared for situations like this is just half the battle. Dan, Jessica.
Thanks, Kyle. A section of a parking garage in a suburban Suburban Milwaukee shopping mall has collapsed. 3 floors of the garage at Bayshore Mall in Glendale collapsed this afternoon. Fire officials at the scene said they believe no one was injured in the accident. Footage shows a mound of snow at the bottom of a gaping hole in the concrete garage. The reason for the collapse has not been confirmed, but the snow could be one of the reasons behind the collapse.
An investigation is underway after human remains were found after a house fire in the village of Elgeron. The Marathon County Dispatch received a call today about 4 a.m. When first responders arrived, they found the home engulfed in flames. Parts of State Highway 153 were closed for about 6 hours as crews attempted to put out the fire. Crews later discovered a body that had been inside that building. The name of the individual who was in the building has not been released yet. The state fire marshal is investigating.
Former Wisconsin Governor Tony Earl passed away today at the age of 86. After suffering a stroke this past weekend, Governor Earl was hospitalized and spent his remaining days surrounded by his daughters and close family. Governor Earl served as the 41st governor of the state of Wisconsin. He also served as an assistant district attorney in Marathon County and as the Wausau city attorney in the 60s. He went on to serve in the state assembly. Governor Earl is survived by his 4 daughters and 11 grandkids.
About 20% of eligible voters cast ballots in the Wisconsin Supreme Court primary. The Wisconsin Elections Commission announced Wednesday that the unofficial results show voters cast more than 960,000 ballots on Tuesday. That translates to 20.5% of the 2022 eligible voter population, which is of more than 4.6 million people as counted by the State Department of Administration. The turnout was among the highest for a spring primary election with the state Supreme Court contest in recent years. About 16% of voters cast ballots in 2020, about 12% cast ballots in 2018, and about 13% cast ballots in 2016.
A stabbing at the Islamic Society of Wisconsin in Green Bay sent a man to the hospital on Wednesday. The 52-year-old reportedly suffered life-threatening injuries. Police say a person of interest was being detained by others inside the mosque and is now in custody. Right now, they're only identifying the potential suspect as a 22-year-old man. Police don't believe this was a random attack. A motive remains unclear, but they say the 2 people knew each other.
It's been more than 4 months since the U.S. Food and Drug Administration first announced a national Adderall shortage, and now many patients are dealing with those consequences. The FDA says one reason for the shortage is that the demand for Adderall has increased from 35.5 million prescriptions in 2019 to 45 million last year. Clara Pitts says Adderall changed her life for the better, but she had to make the difficult decision to switch drugs because of the shortage.
We didn't want to try a new medication in the middle of my stressful senior year because it's a medication that affects your mind.
The FDA says one reason for the shortage is the demand for Adderall has increased, and that's from 35.5 million prescriptions in 2019 to 45 million last year. We're learning new details in the Ohio train derailment. We'll have a look at what the NTSB is saying contributed to that crash.
And the winter storm is not stopping the Rhinelander post office. We'll have the details after weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
It's your last chance to shop Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day sale. Get the guaranteed lowest prices of the season, starting at 30% and up to 60% off furniture and mattress doorbusters. Sale ends Tuesday at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Menke Automotive is your new neighbor in central Wisconsin. So now you've got a friend in the auto business. Menke Automotive prides ourselves on having happy employees because happy employees make for happy customers. When you need a new Buick, GMC, or Mazda, expert service, precision body work, or just a hot cup of coffee, come in and get to know us at Menke Automotive at the old Fred Miller location on Grand Avenue in Schofield. Menke Automotive, your new neighbors in central Wisconsin.
I just got the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the back?
Yeah, it can go back into the back.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from U.S. Cellular.
I kissed it? Yes.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's President's Day Mattress Blowout event is ending soon. It's your last chance to save up to 75% on mattress doorbusters from the top brands. Or save big on Tempur-Pedic and Purple adjustable mattress sets. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
All right, nice job. You made it through that. A widespread 6 to 14-inch snowfall across the area between the last 2 days around here. Definitely slowed us down, but now it's improving outside currently, and we'll have low temperatures tonight down below 0 and recover nicely back up into teens for tomorrow. After we did this, though, so again, lots of folks reporting upwards of a foot of snowfall the last 2 days around here. Many reports, though, of less than that as well. So overall, this thing underperformed just a bit across our region. But it definitely slowed us down today, and we'll probably do so tonight and throughout the day tomorrow as well. All right, so thank a plow driver, though, for sure. They're out there working very hard. They have a hard job to do, so make sure you give them space and thank them because they're working very hard out there for tonight. Here's the radar. Again, this is kind of flying under the radar all day today. Very low cloud tops out there currently, but still some light snow showers across north central Wisconsin, some heavier ones across central Wisconsin currently. These are not going to amount to much, though. We're talking less than an inch of snow tonight into tomorrow morning. We'll get a break tomorrow in the action, followed by some more light snow getting in here, most likely late Friday into Saturday. Looks like a 1 to 2 inch snowfall. Then again, we can definitely handle an inch or two of snow after what we've gone through the last 2 days around here. But then our attention turns. Things are happening to the west of us. For now, though, this is the visible satellite picture. So basically, it's your iPhone in space taking a picture. It needs sunlight, right? The sun is now setting from east to west, of course, but look across the west. All that white stuff there, it's clear skies out here. That is all snow on the ground. If you look closely, you can see the river basins in there as well. So kind of cool. The technology there is actually very, very good. If I go further out from here, you can see our next weather system. This one's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing for us later on Sunday into Monday, likely with a rain-snow mix across our area. And it could be another pretty big storm system across parts of the Midwest and Great Lakes getting here late Sunday into Monday for sure. Okay, so for us going forward, for this evening, we're going to shift the wind out of the northwest again. Lake effect snow bands are already kicking in tonight. They got a little oomph to them right now, so if you're traveling north on Tenaugan, Houghton, that area, you could see a widespread 1, 2, 3, 4 inches of snowfall tonight from lake effect snow showers there. The rest of us, though, are quiet tonight and cold. And then tomorrow, so here's a little system in here. Late tomorrow night into early parts of Saturday, it's going to zip across parts of Wisconsin and drop probably an inch or two of snowfall. It'll be very quick moving tomorrow night into Saturday morning, and then we are done with that. And then behind that, we dry out for Saturday into Sunday, and then Sunday night, we got to watch this. It's going to be a warmer system, but it's trending toward a bit colder for north central Wisconsin, meaning mostly snow for us and then mixed precipitation across parts of central Wisconsin. This could be a travel disrupting snowfall again late Sunday and throughout the day on Monday across pretty much all of Wisconsin. Going forward snowfall wise though, this is for tonight and throughout the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. 1 to 2 inch snowfall pretty much statewide with this system. It's not the biggest system in the world, but overall it will give us an inch or two of snow tomorrow night into Saturday. And then the cold kicks in for this evening. We're talking low temperatures down near 5 degrees below zero. Road salts don't work so well with temperatures like that, so the snowpack roads out there now will likely stay that way for a day or two around here. All right, here's that cold air to the west of us now. That is all moving in our direction, so the narrative now changes, right, from snow over to cold, and we're going to add some more snow to that tomorrow night into the day on Saturday. So going forward temperature-wise, 18 tomorrow, okay, we'll take it. 24 for Saturday. Look what happens. Back up near 30 on Sunday, and then put a pin in Monday, 32, even freezing, because of the big system across the Midwest and Great Lakes on Monday. The temperature will mean everything if it's rain or snow for us on Monday. So our forecast ends tonight, though, we're talking about mostly cloudy skies, cold air locked in place, lake effect north, low temperatures down near 2 below. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Oh, it's Friday. Partly cloudy skies, high temperatures near 18, so kind of a cold day, right? With a southwest breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows a quiet day for us tomorrow. Some light snow tomorrow night, into the day on Saturday. We get a break on Sunday, followed by what could be a pretty big and major storm in the area on Monday. Dan and Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. The snow slowed a lot of people's commutes this morning.
But even on days like today, delivery drivers still have to complete their routes. The Rhinelander Post Office delivers 18 routes per day. Postmaster Anthony Turek says while speed is important, safety is the #1 priority.
This type of weather, the challenge, it will slow them down in terms of how long it's going to take them to finish their route. The bigger issue is with safety.
Turek makes sure his team is prepared for conditions. Having the right equipment will allow his workers to get the job done.
You know, my role to prepare them is just to make sure they have the right supplies, cleats for their shoes so that they, can walk safely, no slips, trips, or falls, hand warmers, make sure they have all of their other cold weather gear. And as long as I give them those tools, then the group I have is going to go out and get the job done, period, end of story.
On our 6 p.m. newscast, we will show you how you can help postal workers during tough weather conditions like today.
The National Transportation Safety Board has released its preliminary report on the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio. According to the NTSB report, an alarm had alerted the Norfolk Southern crew that an overheating axle had reached a critical level. The investigation found the train's axle temperature was 253 degrees above normal. According to the report, the engineer operating the train was already braking after seeing the alert, but applied additional brakes to stop the train after an audible alarm sounded. The NTSB says the train was traveling below the 50 miles per hour speed limit when 38 of the train cars derailed. 11 of those were carrying hazardous materials that subsequently ignited, and 5 were carrying more than 115,000 gallons of vinyl chloride, which is toxic.
The U.S. labor market is remaining strong even while the economy drags behind. First-time weekly jobless claims dropped by 3,000 last week. That's according to the Department of Labor. And first-time unemployment insurance claims dropped to 192,000. That's better than the 200,000 economists were expecting. Meanwhile, the Commerce Department reported Thursday that the U.S. economy grew less in the fourth quarter than previously believed. The annual growth rate in the final 3 months of last year was 2.7%, not 2.9%. The Crandon Police Department ordered a new cruiser, but they needed a design to make it stick out.
Students at a local elementary school had the opportunity to design that new paint job for the new car. Newswatch 12's Nick Van Zyl spoke with the Crandon Police Chief and has more. Nick?
Thanks, Jessica. 5 Crandon Elementary student designs were chosen to be included on the new squad car.
You look for different ways to incorporate the community.
Eric Bath is the Crandon Chief of Police, and he says Officer Matt Schultz had the idea to use a student design.
I started networking, made contact with Rocky Alstein of Airhead Designs.
Bath then contacted the Crandon Elementary School and asked for students to submit designs on a template. Each design had to include certain things.
Each kid's picture has like an American flag, 911 emergency, to camouflage, to the badges.
With over 70 entries, officers and school staff had to narrow the field down.
We picked 5 designs and then we gave them to Rocky, who took pieces of each design and incorporated it into our final design.
Rocky took a side view of the police cruiser and loaded it onto the computer and began drawing the American flags, camouflage, and the individual letters.
It took me about 12 hours to start the drawing, to print, laminate, cut, and apply it to the police car.
They took the ball and just, kept running with it and turned out amazing.
Each of the 5 student designs are located on the back of the cruiser for everyone to see. Chief Bath says he appreciates all the community involvement.
Anything I asked of anyone, it was like, how can I help and how can I do better? And we're just very thankful that we had the community support that we did.
The new cruiser is already in use, and residents can see the student-inspired designs.
What a great project. Thank you, Nick. The Big Cheese has been crowned in Green Bay.
We'll introduce you to the cheese champion right after these messages.
Right now is absolutely the best time of year to buy furniture, and Slumberland Furniture is the best place during our huge President's Sale. Come see our special offers throughout the store. Plus, special financing is available for convenient monthly payments. And did you know Slumberland offers custom fabrics and colors at no extra charge? Check out this gorgeous sectional, and it comes with a free ottoman. Plus, so much more during our huge President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with free overdraft protection transfers. So when you get invited to your third destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences. Find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $12.50 cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $32.50 total cash allowance.
Sure is nice to have my 3 older kids home to visit.
Oh yeah, I love coming home. I missed having soft water.
That's why I bring my laundry home on the weekend.
It's so much better for my hair too, but you wouldn't know anything about that, Corey.
Well, that's why my hair looks so nice and moisturized.
What do you know about moisturized hair?
Well, having 2 older sisters and a brother who only showers a couple times a week helps.
Well, actually, 72 years of treating water in Wisconsin is our family story. You kids are pretty well versed in water.
So let us make your family's water better today.
New champion has been crowned in Green Bay. Excuse me, that is our next story. Our first story is in regard to some people swimming on Lake Superior. A winter storm may have hit the Midwest, but that didn't stop some surfers on Lake Superior today. Let's take a look at the footage. The storm has churned up some pretty big waves on Lake Superior, and this group of surfers was not going to let those tasty waves go to waste even on a cold day like today. The water temperature on the lake is currently at 33 degrees, and it goes without saying that is pretty cold out in the water. Now let's talk about cheese. A new champion has been crowned in Green Bay. Europa is an aged Gouda made at a farm in Connecticut.
It was voted the best cheese in the country at the U.S. Championship Cheese Contest. A handful of cheesemakers from northern Wisconsin participated in the competition, and as judges from 9 Wisconsin cheeses made the final round of 20. As voted by 42 expert judges, the winner was chosen for its overall flavor and presentation. Cheesemaker Eric Schmidt had one key to the recipe he didn't keep secret this time.
Let that bacteria do its thing in cheese. You gotta really let it ripen. You gotta let it, the Helveticus do its thing. All that starter culture's gotta do its work, and you just need that time.
Schmidt was born and raised in southern Wisconsin before eventually moving to Connecticut. He still holds close ties with many mentors from Wisconsin.
It's very exciting. I mean, this is the Dairyland state, so we like to keep the title in Wisconsin, but it is United States Championship contest, so let the best cheesemaker win.
Europa was chosen from an original slate of more than 2,200 entries. The contest is run by the Wisconsin Cheesemakers Association every year, and that event started in 1981, and it shows no sign of slowing down. Next year, Madison will host the World Championships, which alternates each year. We'll be right back with the final check of the forecast.
There are never enough hours in the day. I'm always making trade-offs, sacrifices. But I'll keep going. even when it feels like there's no way I can do it all. I won't give up. I'm doing this for me and for them. We're doing this together. North Central Technical College's virtual college. Flexible learning, because our time is precious.
Hi, I'm Kristen from Sleep Central on Highway 51 South in Minocqua, your bedding and futon headquarters. We carry the largest selection of name brand mattresses in northern Wisconsin, in stock and ready for immediate delivery. Beautyrest, Sealy, Serta, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. We also have a huge selection of accessories to complement your bedding purchase. Sleep Central also carries a wide variety of futons and unique bedroom furniture with quality all-wood construction. Better sleep, pain-free, that's our promise at Sleep Central in Minocqua, your one-stop sleep shop.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Wausau Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our unique doctor-supervised program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back safely, naturally, and effectively. If you'd love to lose unhealthy fat without counting points or calories, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no HCG, no drugs, no hypnosis or surgery, call Wausau Weight Loss today at 715-203-8695.
Hi, I'm Janelle. I've lost 70 pounds in 30 inches. I know the secret. I feel great now after losing the 70 pounds. I can do stairs. I don't have pain through the day, through the night. As a breast cancer survivor, I knew I needed to lose the weight to prevent future health issues. I feel great, living each day with hope for my future.
For your free private weight loss consultation, call Wausau Weight Loss today at 715-203-8695. We know the secret.com.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Guys, I think I'm a little off today. And I think I know why. I think my mind is in Hayward, Wisconsin right now.
Why?
Because the Birkeminder's happening there.
This weekend.
And today the festivities began. I think they've been having festivities all week. But anyway, today's the Barky Berkey. Jeff, you'd love this. You should try it with Theo.
Barky Berkey.
So basically they take it's ski joring down the main street of Hayward, and it's a lot of fun. There's also the Barnaberkey today, which is for little kids. So it's going to be a fun week and weekend there. And I will say, for the people wondering about the grooming, they were able to push a lot of the snow off because they, just like us, got about a foot of snow.
Yeah, and Theo's around here somewhere. We should ask him if he wants to go do that later on. Yeah, a foot of snow was common across much of the area last 2 days, a 2-day total in there. We'll get a break in the action through tomorrow, followed by some light snow on Saturday, Friday night to Saturday, followed by another storm getting in here, maybe Monday, so we'll see.
Is that a question?
Let's look at the trails right now. The trails, lots of trails are reopening. They're in good shape. They needed this, right? So it's going to be a great weekend. Hit the trails again with temperatures hanging out in the 20s basically across our region. And then here we are tonight, though. Temperatures are dropping very quickly. So the narrative is now changing from snow over to some cold. And